That demonstration to me tells me a lot. Number one, that bed is only about 18 inches off the ground, and we know how devastating these injuries were. They killed him, okay? Mr. Bennett died as a result of whatever happened in that room. Now, if you go along with the defense theory that it was from a single fall, which their expert said was possible, it was 18 inches and he was caught by the defendant. The defendant said he never hit the ground. The defendant said his body hit up against that bed rail, which would have caused injuries where? On his right side. Where were all the injuries? On the left side. One more fact that I find very compelling, and the prosecutor did it in his closing argument. Every time that he had a prior fall, Mr. Bennett said, "I fell." He told the truth. There has not been one instance of anyone presenting in the courtroom Mr. Bennett saying something that was not true. Every time he fell, he said he fell. This was the only time he said that he had been assaulted by a man. And we know there was one man working that night, the defendant. That's some of the evidence I find compelling. May not be enough for this jury, and we'll find out. They've reached a verdict on 4 out of 5, still hung up on count 1, which is felony murder. In the meantime, let me bring back in my think tank, 18 inches off the ground.
So you find him to be credible with regard to that outcry as to how it is the fall occurred. But we saw...
Find who credible?
Mr. Bennett, the victim in the case.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. If you say, well, all right, he was always credible as to the prior instances of falling. He never made a false allegation.
Mr. Bennett, yeah.
Correct. But in the intervening time, we had a man who was clearly eroding in his mental capacity. There was a point in time prior to this incident where he walks out into a public area and publicly defecates. That was part of the evidence of the trial. He had clearly lost some control of his mental capacity at that point in time. I cannot rely upon him and the statements that he made as to how this event happened, what occurred there. I can't find that to be credible.
Ever. So if we have a victim who is suffering from dementia, whatever level of dementia it is, it's not that he's lying, it's that you can't trust what he says beyond a reasonable doubt is what you're saying.
I can't put my faith in that enough that I can convict someone of these charges.
And that may be a real issue for this jury.
It is.